Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video from the Jayoe Nation. You know what? I think we all need a little vacation. Maybe we need a vacation through the Jayoe Nation. Sorry. I have a bunch of videos that no one's ever seen before. Actually, not no one. There's been a few Patreons have been able to see these videos, but a lot of people haven't. And before I start showing some of those older videos, pre-COVID, when the world was beautiful and everything was peaceful and I was cycling around the world on my recumbent trike, before I show those videos, I think I need to kind of update everybody on what that is, because I have almost doubled my subscribers since COVID, and that's a lot of people who might not know the original story of the Jayoe Nation. And before I start showing some one-year-old travel videos, I might be able to provide you with some context and bring you up to par on what the journey was, what the intention was, what my goals are, and give you some puzzle pieces that help you enjoy the subsequent videos that you're going to watch a little bit more. I think that actually this is the perfect time to take a step back. Don't talk about a pandemic anymore for a little while. Not forever, but for a little while. No politics. Just an adventurous American who has put together a plan to travel around the world and was putting it in motion, at least until the pandemic reared its ugly head. Just to give you real quick context, because I've discussed this before, when I was traveling on the road on the cycle tour, I was cycling through, well, many countries, but just before COVID, I was in Malaysia. And I had cycled into Malaysia from Thailand. And at that point, I was about 2 weeks delayed on my videos. I was doing a video every single day of my tour. I was having a great time. You're going to see it. But as soon as I got back to Ningbo, visiting my family here for Chinese New Year, COVID broke out. And I sort of decided to stop making my old travel videos and bringing those up to date. And instead, I started making daily videos on the day about the virus and my impressions of being an American in China during this epidemic, which it was, and then turned pandemic. That period of time from me, I think it was in around Krabi, leaving, no, you know what? I'm gonna start these videos from the time I leave Koh Samui, which is an island in the Gulf of Thailand. And I will start re-delivering these videos as I joined with my friend Peter, who took me on a cycle tour across the Thailand peninsula, and then as I continued to cycle down south towards Kuala Lumpur. Lots of really interesting videos, some amazing stuff. If you guys have no idea what this is, that's okay. Let's take a tour and I'll show you. First thing I'd like you to do is maybe go to an interactive map that I made on jayoe.com, Jayoe.com. If you go to the top bar, you'll see a tour map selection. If you're watching in China, I'm sorry, it's built on Google Maps, so unless you have a VPN, it's a little bit hard to see, although if you're watching on YouTube, you're obviously able to see it. Or you can just go to jayoe.com/map and you can go to this map. Now, I had this map designed during my tour because I wanted to not only show the tour, but also show all of the intended places that I want to go, all of the intended map and path I want to go. I want to talk about the history of me, and I also want to talk about the different places I've gone that haven't been involved in the tour. As a matter of fact, one of the future videos I want to make is my history in China, and there's about 30 or 40 points I need to add to this map of China so that it doesn't have Beijing, it doesn't have Dunhuang, it doesn't have Xinjiang. I've been to Xinjiang. I've been all over Yunnan province. I've been to Xining. I've been to a bunch of places that aren't reflected in the map, so I want to add those things. But what is reflected in the map as of me recording this video is my cycle tour, very, very clearly. And so let me show you a little bit of how to read this map. If you can find Ningbo on the map, you'll see that it's highlighted by a black and white star, and that's like the starting point cursor. I have started my tour 3 separate times. And when I return to Kuala Lumpur, I think it'll probably be the 4th time I've restarted. The first time I started the tour was back in 2014, and that is denoted by a orange path and orange points. The points are pretty cool. If they've got a little triangle in them, it means there's a video for that point. If there's a I think they're all pretty much video points. If they don't have anything in the circle, it's just a photo or some sort of just a point marker. But the orange point crosses from Ningbo out into the western parts to Huangshan, Jingdezhen, Nanchang, south all the way to Hong Kong, and then as I was cycling up towards Guilin, I got hit by a car. And if you look closer, you might have to zoom in. There's some points there that have a little skull and crossbones. Those are where I had sad problems with regards to tragedy. So if you click on those points, you can see one of them is me getting hit by the car and then having to stop the tour for a year while I stitched up my body and had to get a new trike and everything from Germany. And then the second skull, not crossbones, but skull, is when my knee had trouble on the second time I started, which is denoted by the blue points. And the blue points was a year later. It was the 2015. I decided to restart the tour with my friend Ryan, and I ended up having knee trouble, and I wanted to climb Everest, so I had to pause that to do therapy so I could climb Everest. Now, Everest is actually on the map. The entire expedition of Everest, if you go to Nepal and Kathmandu, you can see most of the videos of my expedition from Kathmandu to Lukla Airport, the most dangerous airport in the world, and hiking all the way to Everest, and my Everest expedition and the way that ended up. So if you're interested, you can kind of see these little pockets of life. There's also another major storyline that is not involved in the tour, which is me hiking the Son Doong Cave in Vietnam, the largest cave in the world. And that is also denoted by some points that I designed to look like little caves. And so you can see the trip in Vietnam, Pho Na, where we toured through Vietnam, and that was actually a very cool tour. As soon as you stop seeing the colored points and they're just little black markers, that means that's where I'd like to go. So I stopped the tour at Kuala Lumpur, and I'm going to add those points as you watch these videos upcoming in the next few weeks, and you'll see the path continue on. The path continuing on is the path that I have unfulfilled, that I plan to take as soon as this virus decides to take a breath and go on its merry way, and I can get back on the road. So if you look at the intention of the tour, you'll see after we get back to Kuala Lumpur, you and me and everybody, we'll continue south to Singapore, Jakarta, across Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand. And then from New Zealand, we take a long flight back to, wow, I wonder where that flight line is missing. There should be a line from Auckland to Brisbane, and then Brisbane, there's got to be some joining points all the way to, I don't know why that's not working, all the way to Chiang Mai. And then from Chiang Mai, I want to cycle basically all the way to northern point of Norway, and then from northern Norway all the way to South Africa, and then South Africa across to South America, and all the way up until I reach Alaska. And like I said, there's a lot of points here that I'm going to update. I'm going to update a lot of America points on this tour so that you guys can get an idea where I've lived, where I've traveled, what I've done prior to even me living in China. There's a whole history that I want to add. I have a bunch of points in Hawaii. I've been there with my father. I have some stories. I want this map to tell the story of my life and the intended story of the journey around the world. So yeah, if you guys are wondering why did I choose this weird 3-wheeled trike, you can see that on the website as well. My website I designed is fairly informative. I want to grow it as well, but COVID kind of, everything sort of derailed my life plans when COVID came. But the trike is an interesting mode of transportation. I ride it for a number of reasons. One, it's very stable. I can sit in this really comfortable chair and stop under a tree and have lunch. I never even have to really leave the trike. I have a bag next to me that has my drone. I have another bag next to me that has my camera. And then I have all the things that are important to me to be able to capture the world. A lot easier than, say, if you're riding a bicycle and you've got to grab everything while you're balancing and then record yourself. The trike was a great, it's like basically riding around on a camera dolly. The other reason I like it is it's very strange looking to most people. I call it a smile machine because when people see it, it is a very interesting and strange contraption. And when you see it, it very regularly puts a surprise smile on the faces of people that might not be smiling otherwise. Just a city boy, born and raised in South Detroit. Bye-bye. And it's ubiquitous anywhere in the world. So I've driven through Cambodia, Laos, Japan, Korea. It didn't matter. You'd always get these kind of happy interactions with people that you might not get otherwise. And I felt like the trike was a great tool to do that. It's able to carry all my stuff. It's totally human powered. It's technically interesting. And it has a whole bunch of accessories. I've basically built it in Germany and put pieces of the puzzle together in order to have it exactly the way I need it. It is my little cockpit. You know, you can exist on a very simple lifestyle and be very happy existing on the seat of my trike, and that is very interesting. There's a whole bunch of things you learn when you're traveling on the road, and and once you can appreciate those things, it really broadens your perspective on life, which is another reason why I've been kind of sharing my perspective with you guys in my conversations, because I think that not only my life in China, but my life on the road and interacting with locals and living on this pedal journey has helped me to understand the world from a little bit of a different perspective than other people might have. So that's another reason. So what you're about to see in the next few episodes, I think there's about 10 or 15 of them, is I'm going to try and put them out daily, and they're going to follow from the time I finished the island chain in the Gulf of Thailand. Koh Tao, Koh Phangan, and Koh Samui. Those videos are great. I encourage you to check them out. I met my friend Steven in Koh Samui. I partied a full moon party on Koh Phangan, and I reminisced on Koh Tao of a time that I used to do scuba diving there. Honestly, there is a smorgasbord of things that you could watch in preparation for understanding the next few weeks of videos and to make you appreciate them even more. I'm going to try to remaster them, and I'm not going to put up the videos that I had finished. I had finished a lot of those videos previously, but I'm going to remaster them and put in a little bit of an ending point from today to say, because I think there are many people that are probably not going to watch this far into this video, and they're going to watch tomorrow's video and they're going to say, what is going on? This is Matt triking? Is he triking again? Is he traveling? What is this thing? What is he doing? And I think it's important to put a little end cap on those episodes so that you understand where they're coming from and why they're being delivered now. Like I said, I think we all need a little vacation. So we're all going to go on a vacation together. I will premiere all of those episodes and put a trailer at the front, which will also kind of talk about the fact that these are kind of throwing back over a year into the past, and that and I really love those trailers. I'm going to use those trailers quite a bit. So I'm very excited about that. But the episodes that you're going to see are going to take us as we cross across Thailand from one side to the other, to the west coast. Then we're going to stop the tour, which is a very strange thing. I was trying to figure out what to do, but I did take a trip back to see Eva on Christmas. So you'll see Christmas of 2019, Eva unwrapping presents, a real quick one. And then we'll come back and we will be cycling from Krabi, Thailand, all the way south. We'll be island hopping. We'll be checking out Langkawi and seeing the remains of a deadly monkey battle on Langkawi. And then we'll enter the island of Penang and check out Georgetown. Oh my God, I got some amazing videos of Georgetown. Then from Georgetown, we'll go to the mainland section of Penang, and we'll be hanging out with my buddy. and he'll be showing us a bird's nest house, which I don't think anybody well, if you know what a bird's nest is, as far as an edible bird's nest, you'll appreciate it. And even if you've eaten an edible bird's nest, I doubt you even know what it looks like inside, because they're very secretive. But my friend let me explore inside of a bird house and bird's nest house. And then we will be headed to Ipoh, and we'll be going up into the highlands, which is this beautiful, beautiful. I got some great drone footage, guys. It's really nice stuff. And then my cycling tour is we headed down into Kuala Lumpur, and then we'll meet Gus. Gus, who is my patron. Buddy, I didn't even I did remember, but I looking back, it was so fun to reminisce the time we met and had lunch that day. Just before I left and came back to China, and then all of the craziness happened. But you'll meet Gus in a better way, and we will all share those experiences together, and we'll end where the virus began. Well, this has been a real pleasure. We finished our meal, and it was no regret. No regret. I arrived back to Ningbo yesterday. Everybody else was trying to get the hell out of China at this point in time, if they have the opportunity and the means. I thought I'd make this video and kind of tell you a few things that I've been learning over the past couple of days as this virus starts to proliferate. And then so as soon as that ends, then I will come back more to present day, and we'll show some current videos. And hopefully by that point, I have received the footage from CCTV, and I can start delivering the Chaozhou, Lijiang, Chengdu, and Dunhuang episodes, which I'm very excited for, because the amount of stories that I'm prepared to tell with regards to that trip are amazing and beautiful. So that's it. We are about to go on a vacation together. We are gonna go back in time, before all the craziness, back when my biggest concern was a keto diet and finding a place to sleep and eat. And yeah, we're gonna do it together. And I'm really looking forward to it. These videos I was hoping to actually deliver before my tour resumed, but I don't know when my tour is going to resume, and I don't want to hold on to these for too long, and I do need to do some filler with regards to content, and why not do it now? So go to the map if you want and check out. The map is going to evolve a lot in the next month, I think, especially as I start adding the points from Lijiang and Chengdu, Chaozhou, and Dunhuang. But it's an action-packed map already. You follow my journey through Korea and Japan and around Taiwan and Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia, Thailand, and China. So go have fun. And look forward to you in the next episode. Remember, if you want to see some extra footage or learn some interesting things about me, I have a Patreon account. You can subscribe to that. I have social media all over the place. We're really going to be digging in here, and I hope that you do enjoy this cycle tour. Even if you came for COVID, I hope that you enjoy a little bit of a unique perspective on the world as I cycle around on my recumbent trike through Thailand and Malaysia. So let's take a deep breath. Let's forget about coups and storming of capitals and viruses as much as we can, and let's just enjoy a little trip in the past. Via the present videos on my channel. Take it easy, guys. Jayoe, have a good one, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. This doesn't happen very often at all. Just for the ferry, actually. You know, most of the time when I travel, I'm by myself. I think they're jealous of China. They're trying to make it like China. You know, just run these ferries with black smoke.
I am planning to stop in the next 20 kilometers on the small beach.
Sure. Hey, this is kind of cool. We're like a biker gang. We need leather jackets. Sometimes walking around with a camera attached to a long pole makes me feel uncomfortable. Most of the time I'm okay with it. But every so often somebody gives me a look like,